Hello, my name is Lorena Basalua and today I will be answering some questions regarding my English 1301 class. In this class, I learned how to better express myself as a writer and as a creator, as well as a girl as a person. I learned this by letting go of myself, enjoying everything that I was doing without thinking what others would really say. When it came to drafts, I didn't put too much time into it because I thought, oh, it's a draft and it should be whatever, because I thought the final product should be the one that was the most amazing and should have more time to work on it. So with that being said, I only would work on it 2 days before it was due. Yes, definitely. I would change the time frame because I feel like I put very much little time into it, and think that if I would have put my effort in my drafts, my final product would have been even more better than it is. I did work on classwork during the class time because I didn't have much time to work on classwork. So every single time I had free, I would come back and do the work I had missing. So every time we didn't have class, I would use that time to focus only on this subject and do that work so it could be done in time. I did read some of the readings, not all, for the reason that when I would read a few sentences, they wouldn't catch my attention and it found it difficult to understand, and I just didn't understand any of them and decided not to continue reading them. But the readings that I would read would help me a lot connect to my writing process and my creating process. I did understand some of the readings, but the ones that I didn't read was because I didn't understand them and they made me feel in some sort of way not connected to them for the reason that I did not understand what they were trying to say. I don't feel like any of the readings were useless because just like some were connected to me and some were so useful to me when it came to writing or creating something, other the readings that were not connected to me might have been useful to any of my classmates, and that would have connected to them and helped them more out to creating or writing. I definitely love the videos more than the readings because I'm the type of person that likes to see things and hear them rather than read them, because I get caught off guard sometimes, or sometimes I just lose the attention of it, and I'd rather just be sitting in front of something and seeing it rather than be reading it. Sometimes household obligations would interfere with me working with schoolwork because sometimes I would have to go and do chores and then come back, and then I would be like that sometimes. And sometimes I would dedicate some time to my work, but that period of time would get extended because I would have to go and do work, and it was just wasting time in between. For future semesters, I would probably do my family obligations first. So I would do my chores in the morning, and then after I'm done with all my chores, I would dedicate specific time and only that time to my schoolwork so I can finish in time. I learned that I have to dedicate time to everything, and having a schedule and times of doing work may be really easy for me in the future. Online learning was very difficult because I was only used to being in person and having a teacher in front of me and telling me everything and helping me out. So the fact that we came online was super different because sometimes I didn't even have access to Wi-Fi because where I live there's no internet access. So most of the time it was hard for me to do work, to get the work on time, and sometimes entering class was just so difficult itself. COVID affected my education by sometimes having trouble getting into class, turning in work, doing tests, or in general just listening to the class or trying to do work, because where I live there's not much internet access. So with this pandemic, being online school, being online working every single day was very difficult. I feel like I focused more on my Spanish course and my political science course because these two courses were online asynchronous. So I didn't have a specific time where I would meet. I didn't have a specific time where I could talk to the professor and communicating with them just became very difficult, and trying to do work on myself, teaching myself, was very difficult. So I felt like I had to focus more on those because I didn't have somebody to actually be there for me and telling me what to do. I feel like my focus should have gone more towards English because English has to do more with projects, has to have a lot of time dedication into it, and I didn't put much time into it. I always left everything to the last minute. So when it came to doing work, I always did it a night before, 2 nights before, because I was always too busy doing work for other classes and never really put much attention into this course. The reflective assignments for these courses were definitely very helpful because they just recaptured everything we did the week. So we would go through the whole week, learn, but sometimes forget about it. So at the end of the week, when we have a reflection process to do, it just recaptured everything, kept it very fresh in my mind. So it was very helpful. They absolutely did because, like I said, it was just a recapture of everything that we would do. So when it came to me having to write something, it would recapture everything that I would do, and it would help me think more to better write my essays or to better create my projects. I don't think they were too frequent because they were at the end of every week, and we only had 15 weeks, so it was just 15 reflecting assignments. And if I'm not mistaken, it wasn't even 15, it was less. So I don't think it was too frequent, and it was perfectly, I wouldn't change it because it was at the end of every week, so it would recapture everything we would do, and it would help us remember everything we would do, and it would just stay fresh in there, and it would help us with our writing and creating process. I've never had peer feedback before. It was always just my teacher telling me what to change or what to do. So having peer feedback this year was amazing because I got to hear what other people my age thought about my essays. And yes, I do think online would have affected what others would have said because I feel like people would think that, oh, let me just do it to get it over with, and not really put much into it and just said whatever they could so they could have gotten over it. And I would take everything with me that I got because everything they told me, they helped me to grow as a creator and as a writer. So everything they would tell me to correct, I would use it to become better. So yes, I would take it with me anywhere. This class helped me open up as a person and talk about topics that I've never talked. So for the future, it will help me become a better creator, a better writer, to better express myself, to take all messages out there using my own personal stories. And I do want to take everything I learned in this class for my future so I can help better take on messages as well as help others learn what this class really is about. I want to take the time to thank you, Dr. Galvan, for teaching me so many things in this course, for making it fun and interacting, for making it interesting, and for helping me with any question that I had to help me grow as a creator and as a writer, and for teaching me everything that I would take with me to the future.